In clinics and hospitals everywhere, we're constantly seeing respiratory and metabolic illnesses that can just escalate with frightening speed. So there's this huge growing need for health screening that isn't just early and non-invasive, but gives us results in real time. Today, we're going to dive into a technology that meets this challenge head on. Let's be honest, for way too long, our approach to healthcare has been, reactive. We wait for a patient to actually show symptoms, and only then do we kick off a diagnostic process that's often slow, pretty uncomfortable, and a major source of stress. You know the drill, right? Scheduling the appointment, the discomfort of a blood draw, and then that agonizing wait for the lab to call back. And that right there, that's the big problem with the old way. We're stuck treating sickness after it's already got a foothold. But what if we could just flip that script completely? Imagine a proactive model, one that's not invasive, gives you immediate data, and is all about preserving wellness before symptoms even get a chance to show up. Now, this might sound like something out of science fiction, but this breakthrough, it's closer than you think. In fact, the key is literally hidden in something we all do every single second of every day: breathing. You see, it turns out that every single time you exhale, you're not just getting rid of carbon dioxide. Nope, you are releasing a microscopic cloud that is packed with vital data points. It's like a chemical snapshot of your body's entire physiological state in that exact moment. And the scientific key that unlocks all of this is something called breath biomarkers. The best way to think about them is as tiny molecular messengers. These little compounds travel all the way from your bloodstream, your gut, your lungs, and they basically hitch a ride on your exhale. And each one is carrying a real-time status report on your internal health. First up, you've got simple, specific gases that tell us about basic body functions. Then it gets more complex. We have what are called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs for short. These are complex chemical signatures that can be linked to much more systemic diseases. And third, and this is wild, is the direct detection of biological pathogens. Think of them as microscopic stowaways, like the actual bacteria and viruses that are making you sick. And this is the kind of tech that's being designed to do all that decoding. Now, what's so powerful about this isn't just the science, it's the simplicity. There's no complicated procedure, you don't have to prep for it. The whole process is so intuitive that there's basically no learning curve. You just breathe. All right, now we get to the really fascinating part. How do we take these microscopic clues and connect them to actual real-world health conditions? This is where the true diagnostic power really kicks in. This table just illustrates those connections perfectly. For example, if the device detects elevated levels of nitric oxide, that can be a major red flag for inflammation in your airways, pointing to things like asthma or pneumonia. A spike in acetone, that can be an early warning sign for metabolic issues, like diabetes. See ammonia? That could signal a problem with your kidneys or liver. And get this, certain VOCs, like benzene, have even been correlated with something as serious as leukemia. Every single molecule is a specific piece of a huge diagnostic puzzle. But the analysis doesn't stop with just chemical signatures. It also acts like a microscopic detective, able to identify the actual culprits behind an infection. And this is just incredibly relevant today, right? This system can be calibrated to spot the direct presence of pathogens, like the bacteria that cause tuberculosis, or even find viral markers for infections like SARS-CoV-2. In a world that is now so aware of respiratory diseases, this is an incredibly powerful tool. So, we've talked about the chemical layer and the biological layer, but there's another critical piece to this analysis. The technology also measures the physical act of breathing itself. Yeah, it basically doubles as a super advanced pulmonary function test. So by monitoring your breathing patterns in real time, and by measuring your lung capacity and the mechanics of how you breathe, it can help identify these really complex structural and functional conditions. We're talking about things like cystic fibrosis or sleep apnea. These are conditions defined not just by what you exhale, but by how you breathe. So when you put it all together, the chemical analysis, the biological detection, and the mechanical analysis, what does it all add up to? Well, it's way more than just a new kind of test. It's a completely new paradigm for how we think about our health. And I think this quote just captures the vision perfectly. Imagine a future where catching something as serious as cancer could one day be as routine and as simple as taking a breath. Just think about that for a second. And that really is the central idea here. We're talking about a fundamental shift, moving away from a model that waits for things to go wrong to one that actively works to maintain and preserve our wellness through early, constant, and totally effortless monitoring. So it leaves us with this really powerful thought. This incredible, massive library of information, just packed into every single breath we take, is now becoming something we can actually read and understand. It really makes you wonder, what if the key to a longer, healthier life has been this simple all along?